Okay guys, since we have created and we distributed all the objects on our Commons View controller, now it is the time for us to go to the programming part and to write the behavior of the user interface. It's quite interesting because we'll use something which we haven't used yet. Okay, we are going back to our Xcode and I will start from the top part of our view. And in order to program these objects, we need to create a dedicated class for this. So I will create a new file for this. Right click on the project folder, here iOS, Cocoa Touch class, and the class name, I will name it Commons VC. And this will be a subclass of Commons View Controller. Commons VC language Swift. Then we click next and we create a new file. I'm coming back to main storyboard and immediately I will assign this to be the class of the view controller. Select your view controller scene on the main storyboard, go to class inspector and assign comments cell. Then now call assistant editor, we will have to create the IB outlet connections. Okay, here I'll make sure that it's showing automatic. So first, from the button, what we want to do is whenever we click this button, we want to be thrown back to the previous view controller. So I select this button, hold Ctrl left mouse, drag here, make the connection type of actions, and here we will write back button underscore clicked. Okay, and here we'll write a very simple line of the code, which will take us back to the previous view controller. And here we write navigation controller dot pop view controller animated true. This one is executed when back button has been pressed. Has been pressed means come back to previous view controller with show segue. Okay, so you can now build and run and test it out. And after the back button, we will go to the user profile picture, which we call Ava picture. So I'm going now to Commons View Controller, and I will click this button, and it takes me back to the previous view controller, which is really awesome. Okay, so we select the user profile picture, hold Ctrl left mouse, drag it here in the Commons VC, and I will name it as usual image view. Ava image view. After I've created the Ava image view, then I'm going to the first name and last name label, hold Ctrl left mouse, drag it here, and I will name it as usual full name label. Then we have got the date label, hold Ctrl left mouse, drag and make the outlet connection again, date label. Okay, excellent. And that objects will be user interface or top bar objects. Okay, so these are the main top bar objects, and moreover, in order here, because look, what we will do is, for example, this is the post which we want to write a comment. When we click comments, here we want to show the user profile picture, that one, and first name and date we want to pass from this post. So we simply will pass from the home view controller, we'll pass the data to the comments view controller. So for that logic, we will write the following variables which will store these informations from the previous view controller. So we will write var ava image equals UI image, open and close round brackets. Then we have a var full name equals to string, open and close string. Here I'll write full name string. Then we've got var date string equals string, open and close round brackets. So these variables will store data passed from the previous or mother view controller. We know that first view did load is the first loading function. Then did receive memory warning, we don't need this. Okay, so and what we will do is we will now pass this all details from the home view controller. Okay, we are now heading to the home view controller, and I will scroll down to the bottom. Here I'll write a new protocol. This is the protocol of any view controller. Here we'll prepare for segue. So here we'll write if segue.identifier equals to, let's say, comments VC. I'll give the same name like our class, open curly brackets, and then we'll program here. This function executed when the show segue is about to be launched. Okay, here we will write let view controller equals segue.destination view controller and as comments VC. And very good. And what we want to do is we want to send the user profile picture. I will write here VC dot ava image equal, here must be double equal mark, ava image equal VC. So what we are doing now, we are assigning to the ava image from the home view controller. vc.avaImage equals to avaImageView.image. So we are assigning image of this image view. Then we're going to the full name vc dot full name string, very important, full name string equals to full name label dot text. Then we have got the date, so we write vc dot date string equals to the date of this certain post. So now we need to access the date label. What I will do is I will now delete this. We need now to create an outlet connections from the comments comments button to the cell itself. Now we are going to home VC. Here is the one comments button. Right click and let's call pictures no pixel. Okay, I'll select it manually. Here we go, no pixel. And I'll create an outlet connection. Hold Control, left mouse click, drag, comments button. And the same we're doing for the picture cell. That is the one. And we are going to the pixel.swift. Hold Control, left mouse click, drag it here. Comments button. Very good. After that, we are now coming back to our home VC. This is we now created we will now assign the tag. Do you remember we have done the tag for the like button? The same we'll do for the comments button. Cell.comments button.tag equals index path dot row, and the same we will paste everywhere. Let me just take you through. This will paste in the table view cell forward index path for the no picture cell. Right after we've done this for after the like button tag, index path dot row. Then the same we'll write for the picture cell. So picture cell, we have already done it here, like this. Then we will do the same in the view display. Then we will do the same for the view will display. That is the function. Here we have where we assign for the like button. And then here we assign it for the like button for the picture cell. Okay, we have done with the assigning the buttons. Here we need to force downcast it like this, and now we can send the date string vc.datestring equals to, we'll access posts, and here we need to access the index path row. So here I'll write let index path row equals to sender as UI button, and this I will keep in the round brackets dot tag. Okay, so in here we can now make a reference to the index path row, then exclamation mark, and here we'll make a reference to date created. Here we need to force downcast it as well. Okay, so we can now build and run, and we'll be able to build and run this very easily. So here we are, index path, where we are getting index of the cell wherein comments button has been pressed. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Here we are accessing segue we need, which is a comments VC. This identifier will now put it. Here we are accessing destination view controller, which is comments view controller. Here we are assigning assigning values to the variables of comments VC. So now we need to declare this identifier for the segue. We're now going to main storyboard. Don't forget to copy this string. This here, I have two arrows which is a destination view controller. I'm going to attributes inspector here, identifier, I insert comments VC, and for the second one, picture cell and no picture cell buttons, I insert here comments VC. So these are two segues, show segues. Okay, very good. And so this is how we are passing the information to the comments view controller. So now we assign the information to these variables. Now we need to load these variables right over here. And here we'll write ava image view.image equals to ava image. Then we'll write full name label.text equals to full name string. Then we've got date label.text equals to date string. Here we are assigning to the objects values received from the previous view controller. Okay, we can now build and run, and it will load the top part of the objects, and it will show you the proper results in it. Okay, so it shows some error. And yes, this is we need to cast as being a string. And here, by the way, let's write a rounded corners. Rounded corners we want for the ava image view dot layer dot corner radius equals to ava image view dot frame dot width divided by half, then ava image view dot clips to bounds equals true. Then we need a corner radius for the comments text view as well, so I will come back to this. So I will now rebuild it. I'm gonna now rebuild this, and we are now going to Joseph James comment, and here we go. Unbelievable and amazing. This is how we can see the top bar loaded very successfully. So that is really amazing, guys. That is really something very great result we've achieved now. So we're done with loading the top part of our comments view controller. Then we'll go to the second part, and then we'll go to the bottom part where we write a comment on the underneath of the post. So that is really amazing, guys. Congratulations.